on, guys? It's the Macaroni Prince here, and I've been doing a lot of revamping of this channel because, you know, my last video, it was shit. I'll admit that it was really bad. But you know what? I hope to make that up to you guys with this video and all future videos to come back. I'm sure you guys noticed the new intro, which is going to stay for a long time because I'm very happy with the way it came out. I'm very happy with the music and the visuals and everything, and it's just such a nice new intro to have. So that's good. The Steam Summer Sale happened recently, so I got a lot of games on there, so there will be a lot more variety in my gameplay. And to top it all off, your boy got Lego Star Wars. Yeah, Lego Star Wars. Come at me. But today I wanted to talk about something that I wish didn't exist with all my heart. Please, I just want it to disappear. And it's not even a YouTuber or a YouTube video or even my nudes, which are probably floating out there somewhere. Please don't find my nudes. But actually what I wanted to talk about was a TV show. Then yes, this has actually aired on television, but I'll give you guys a little bit of backstory first. A while back during the winter, a really good friend of mine came down to my university to visit me, and we hung out for a couple of days. We had a really good time. We hung out, talked about music, all that kind of stuff. And then we started to watch this show on YouTube that was called The Moment of Truth. And oh my god, I don't even know what to say about this show.
Are you fucking gay?
The short version is that The Moment of Truth is the worst game show and the most sick and twisted television show ever created by man. End of video. Is that joke dead yet? Is it dead? Is it dead? Okay, anyways. The Moment of Truth is an American game show hosted by a man named Satan, also known as Mark Wahlberg, and that's not even a joke. His name is actually Mark Wahlberg. And believe me when I say I don't believe in coincidences. But scandalous hosts aside and Illuminati names aside as well, the premise of the show is pretty simple. You ruin your life, but step at a time, and you do it for money.
For a little bit of money.
You get paid to tell the truth about all of your deep, dark secrets, and that's not even a joke. But basically, you and Mr. Wahlberg sit across from each other, and behind you there's a large screen that projects all the questions that you are asked, and you must answer them truthfully, as you've answered them before in a polygraph test, and they'll know if you're lying. If you answer a question correctly, you get to progress on to the next question, but if you lie and it knows that you're lying, then you will fail and you will end the entire game show. Wish it would end the whole damn series. There's 21 questions total, and each one varies per contestant, but if you get to the top one, you could win upwards of $500,000, and each set of questions gets progressively harder, but the money level increases along with it. After the first few questions, you get $10,000. After the second few questions, you get $20,000, and so on and so forth up to that $500,000 mark that I mentioned before. But here's the real kicker about this. Also in front of the audience is 4 of your closest relatives and friends, your best friend or your husband or your wife, and your parents and your brother or sister, and they're all watching you answer these questions right in front of them live.
You what?
And you may be saying to yourself, oh, the questions can't be that bad, you know, it's on TV, they can't be that horrible. Let me give you a little bit of information about this. Only one person out of the entire series, in its entire runtime, has ever gone to the $500,000 point. I'll show you a small clip of that here of the question, how they answered, and how detrimental of an effect it has on people emotionally.
Is that the one you... Do you believe your father, as an adult, has ever had sexual relations with a minor?
Yes.
That answer is true.
See what I'm saying here? Yeah, that's a pretty intense question to ask somebody on live television for money. And I will say that that's something that really does bother me about this show, is that you are basically like ruining your ties with your family and friends and things like that, all for money, you know? It's all for a little bit of money.
For for a little bit of money.
I will say the biggest attraction to this show is shock value. From the outlandish contestants to the ridiculous questions that they ask them, they do definitely have a lot of pulling in points that they can show off very flashy.
Have you ever bought food you knew was stolen?
They even have sometimes a special guest to come out and ask certain questions that are particularly painful as you get further down the line, such as old boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, lovers that people are cheating on their husbands with, and that's not even a joke.
It's time to stop!
And the list goes on and on of all the absolutely insane things that they show off on this show. They've even had an episode with a contestant who claims that he was abducted by aliens back in 1973, and the entire episode was working its way up to the big question of, were you abducted by aliens? And apparently he was lying.
You're a fucking idiot.
A lot of people also like to say, oh, well, the polygraph was lying, it's not true, or things like that, just so they can try and stay in the game, but it never works out. And I really don't enjoy the basic, simple kind of, oh, look at how messed up these people's lives are, and look at them destroying it all for money. My biggest question about this show is what happens when people go home, like when they go home with their family and friends and they've just revealed all this extremely, extremely personal information about themselves and things that their family probably didn't even want to hear or know. Yes, Steve, you just won $50,000. That's great, man, but you slept with my wife. Steve, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I do really hope it's all worth it in the end for the people who go on this show and like to compete, but I also would like to bring up the fact that this all could be scripted. As with a lot of American reality shows and many other countries probably, a lot of things do turn out to be actually scripted instead of real like they show on TV.
What the fuck?
Who knows, maybe Mark Wahlberg is pulling all the strings and controlling little puppet Mark Wahlberg and bringing all these people on the shows and faking all these horrendous stories to tell people. But I will say this, if that show is actually fake, then that is probably even more sick and twisted than I could have ever thought this show to be. I'm serious when I say that I would rather have this show be real than have it all be made up kind of lies and stories and things like that, because there are some absolutely terrible things said by people on this show. If it is real, there's no doubt that marriages, friendships, family relationships, and so many more things have been ruined by the lies and truths that people have said on these shows. I can confidently say that there's no amount of money in the entirety of the world that could ever get me to go on this show, because I would just feel so absolutely dirty after being on that show. Just to know that people are satisfied watching people throw their lives away. Or an even worse case scenario, could all be fake and I'd be saying absolutely fake horrible things on TV just for money. But with questions varying from do you use steroids all the way up to is your father attracted to children, I can confidently say that The Moment of Truth is one of the worst television shows ever created by mankind, and I hope that it has been taken off TV and only resides on YouTube, where hopefully nobody will find it. But with the views that these videos have, I'll think otherwise. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It would help out a lot. Comment if you have something to say down below. Share this video if you think somebody else would enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know if you guys like the new intro. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace.